Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 11. We're here with Round 1. It's a brand new day for the Sim Racing Alliance. It's going to be a little bit more punishing out here during qualifying.
It's definitely a hard one here. It's what it's like. It's very, very punishing.
For all the way in Germany, this will be the first time we see this in the team series here. This is a track where you will be driving the track, not as much driving the drivers on the track.
Very brave is the Ferrari to get the move done.
He does get this position done.
Oh, huge contact, and they're both going to go around. It's going to be a huge move up the inside.
He's been using every bit of the track.
Pedal to the metal, foot to the floor.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Welcome to SRA GT3 Main Series, Season 12, Division 6, Round 2 in Laguna Seca. This is your truly Crit Master. We have Connor Farrell and not Steven. Steven's busy, so we got Alex here to help us out. All right. Oh, wait. Can I hear you guys?
I thought Alex was going to say something. Welcome to the booth, Alex.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Man, you guys tripped me out. I thought I lost audio for a second. All right. So,
no, we're just off to a great start.
this is Laguna Seca. To me, I think it's quite a technical track. Yeah, high risk. A lot of places are quite high risk. Reward is okay. I wouldn't say high risk, high reward. It's high risk, okay reward. So see how our D6 driver is gonna do today. How about we run through the standing real quick after last week from a poll card. Connor, could you bring us the standing?
Yeah, so after one round of Season 12, the standings are literally just the results of the last race, so we don't need to go over that. We've got Ghislaine Smith, leading the... I'll go over overall, not by class. Ghislaine Smith is leading. Then we've got JP May, Corey Harville, the silver, who had a pretty phenomenal qualifying performance last week and also led a good chunk of the race. Rob Warren, Matt Moon, that's your top five. Then we've got Stephen Pellerin in sixth, Mark DC, Corey Mummery, Anthony Lombardo, Corey Colt rounds out the top five. And then Daniel Beckstead, Cesare Pizzuto, John Baum, I think was how we decided his last name is pronounced. Michael Santos, Cleveland Leatherwood, Mark Allen, Brian Acombe, CJ Carter, Dan Meyer, Brad Charland, Marlon Abubo, Thomas Neely, Gordon Beverly Jr., Justin Muntean, and then we've got 5 drivers who did not participate last week at Alyssa. They are all at 0. So I think I don't think they need to be named.
Let's go to team standing
then. Then team standing, we have the Ballin Bentley boys are leading fairly comfortably. Then Lambo Calrissian, definitely the best team name. Fast House Racing, Kenosha Kickers, and Pigeon X are the top 5. Then we've got 2 Ghost Rider Racing teams, Apex Editors and Mumswood. Then the Aston Safety Car, Visual Sim Sport, Fast and Ferrarius,
Green light.
Champion Motorsports Return of the Max, Midfield Masters Draft Dodgers, Bohico Racing, Titan Racing, Mustang Gang, and Slows Racing. The last 3 also having 0 points so far. Catch up, guys.
All right, just so you two are aware, we need to reconnect to the server. Apparently they have problem for a second.
Oh.
Make sure you do that. So meanwhile, I'm gonna go through a track for tonight. Where's my button? There we go. So it's Laguna Seca, California, United States, yo. It's a 3.6 kilometer, 2.2 and some in Freedom Unit. If you use that, I'm sorry. Turn 1's not really a turn, seriously, but while it's not being a turn, it's really a turn when you're starting the race in the mid grinder. So make sure everyone behave. Dive into turn 2 Andrade hairpin, double apex. There are quite a few variation of lines you are allowed to tick. So driver need to account for different options the drivers near you is ticking to react and plan for that. Go to turn 3, 4, fairly high speed, low braking. Into sector 2, turn 5, long braking. That brings you uphill, so exit turn 5 is critical. And then uphill, deadly sausage on the left side inside of turn 6. That is a very high speed corner, big dip. You gotta capture the camber. If you don't, you're gonna lose a lot of speed down turn 7 and to 8. If you capture too much, you're gonna eat some sausage. You may get unalived. All right, and then we'll go uphill to the apex, cross the crust to the infamous corkscrew. That's turn 8. Maybe we'll do well, maybe they won't. Hopefully, they won't kill too many people there. Coming down turn 9, that's quite difficult because you're coming down pretty quickly downhill, so braking brings you understeer, but also off camber may oversteer you. So that is a sketchy one. A very quick dab of brake brings you to turn 10 into the last hairpin, turn 11. Diving is gonna happen there. So let's see if a driver's turn is gonna be polite to each other. As I'm looking at the screen, someone just booped their snoot on the corkscrew. All right, let's bring us onto track. Let's see who's around. Someone's on. Oh, Senior. Dick Zipperburn Senior is here tonight. First week for SRA ever for him. So hope he does well. I know I talked to his son, well, Dick Zipperburn Jr. in D3 a lot. Dad's coming here. Haven't been racing for a good while, so it's a good comeback. We have a good wow.
Great to see the iconic Zipperburn family.
I know.
In racing.
So we have two dads in D6. So we have Zipperburn and Gordon Beverly. So we have GB2 here and GB3 somewhere. D2, D1, GB3. I actually don't quite know now. I lost track of him. That guy's too quick. Yes.
I had no idea that was the case.
Oh, you don't? Yeah. So Junior is the dad, and GB3 is yeah. While we're doing this, let's talk about our race last night, folks. What drama have you witnessed or participated? What are we expecting for tonight for D6 drivers?
Well, judging by D5 last night, I would say we're going to have lots of, let's call them opportunistic moves. And a lot of dying.
Death by other?
A lot of
death
sand.
by suicide?
Both for sure. Although D6 does continue their status as the cleanest div in the league. They had the least number of penalties last week. I was just taking a look at that list, and we have no quali bans, so no.
Oh, wow.
No,
Very
everyone
polite.
should be qualifying. And they just had significantly fewer penalties than every other division, so
we earn ours.
we do.
Green light. Go.
All right, that's the end of the practice session, so we should be beginning qualifying here in about 48 seconds.
Here comes the silver drivers coming to line up on the line.
Looks so. Go over qualifying procedure for us. We have 21 minutes in the session, but the first minute is just for drivers to get their set up and get lined up. So after the first minute, the silver drivers will have 10 minutes to do their qualifying laps. They are allowed to complete the lap, and if they start the lap before the 10-minute mark. Afterward, they'll have to come in, and gold driver would go out when there's 10 minutes remaining. So realistically, if you are hurry and not get backed up, you may get 6 to 8 laps in.
Yep, especially since Laguna is one of the shorter tracks. If they can get a few fast ones in without any problems, without going off, definitely can get a few laps in.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a much smaller, well, not much. It's about 10 fewer cars than what we have to deal with.
Oh, that is true. We had traffic.
They have, yeah, they for sure have a bit more breathing room on each lap.
That's good to mention. We have 28 cars on the grid tonight. Yeah, we had like, I think you're right. We have 38 last night.
Yeah, we
It
had
was a
30
little
to 30
rough.
on last night, yeah. It's definitely a huge difference, especially since we go by, you know, silver and gold. If there's only half of that at a time onto the track, they'll definitely have a lot more breathing room to not get into traffic and waste some of their laps.
Right, there's only 13 silver cars and 15 gold cars, so that's a good amount of room on track. They can spread out nicely. And it doesn't surprise me that Harville has gone out first. He had a great qualifying at Paul Ricard last week, so I'm sure he's going to try and keep that streak going.
He is our current pack leader, I see.
Exactly. He went out first, and it's very good move on his part, because he's definitely one of the, if not the faster silver driver, if we can go off what happened last week.
Absolutely.
So going out first to not, you know, get that clean air and not be caught in back of a D6 that might be a lot, like, substantially slower than him, very smart move.
And although it looks like someone who hopefully this car can get out of their way, because Harville has just started the first fast lap.
Yeah, that is 152. Who's that?
That is Mr. Beckstead.
Backstabbers. Yep. Oh, that is absolutely
That
impeded
is-
right in the apex.
That's, yeah.
But luckily, this is your first time lap, so your tires most likely not quite fully up to temp yet. So that time most likely won't be that meaningful anyway. So if you're gonna get the bad luck out of the way early, I suppose.
For sure. If this was like in the waning minutes of silver quality, then I would say that's a slam dunk penalty.
Yeah, I'll be
But
yelling and
it's-
swearing.
Yeah, but I would be pretty surprised if Harville even submitted that, reported
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't.
Oh, we got our first corkscrew victim.
3-9 something.
D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Zipper Burns Senior getting those return to the league jitters
I
out
see.
of the way in quali, I see.
Yep. All good.
Only natural.
Exactly.
So Harville
Being fair.
sets the early benchmark with a 125.1. A good 2.5 seconds ahead of Acosta in second, so we'll see how long he stays at the top.
What time do you think we'll expect from the silver drivers tonight?
Judging by their pace and in their practice laps, I would say that the faster guy is probably going to be mid 23s.
I'm gonna cheat and look at the leaderboard. Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna
you're
say,
right.
I can
That is
never
mid
remember what
23.
my own lap times are, so
Yeah.
I'm terrible at predicting this kind of thing.
And that being said, Harville, that set his 120, that's his 25.1 is already over a second
Ahead of
under
himself.
that. Exactly.
Yeah, I think Harville is definitely going to be promoted to gold pretty soon, if not D5.
Gold, maybe even D5, yeah. Harville was definitely having some good performances in the practice races we were running on the servers and keeping up with most of the, oh, there we go. There's a mid 23 we were talking about by Harville.
Yeah, we already got a 23.657 from Harville, so he is only 2/10 off his PB. That looks like an excellent turn two.
And at Paul Ricard, he was fighting with Smith and, you know, holding his own in a car that is just not suited for Paul Ricard, so.
Exactly. Plus, that being said, with the conversation we're having earlier, is promotion. If we look at the qualities even from D5, even a mid 20 A3 would set him like pretty much mid pack even in D5 just in quality alone.
We'll welcome him with open arm in D5. A little wide on 8A. I think Porsche is quite strong here, so a lot of low speed acceleration.
Exactly. It's actually completely the contrary of what was at
Last
Paul
week.
Ricard, right?
Yeah.
Is that the more bulky, high top end speed cars did well at Paul Ricard, and now it's completely the contrary. Porsche, Lambo really thrive on this track, I think.
Yeah, and you can tell tires are starting to get up temperature because we've got just about everyone who's on a hot lap is improving their time by quite a bit.
Exactly, and even Hartville set a 23 flat last lap. Very impressive on his
That
part
is
already.
that beat his
Olsen just
PB by half a
improved by-
second.
Yeah, and Olsen just improved by like a second and a half. Mummery just improved, or that was about a second. Mummery was about a second and a half. I was seeing 6/10, 8/10.
Yeah, starting to
getting faster
stabilize
out
a
there.
little bit, yeah. Got Leatherwood on a pretty good lap. Olsen has a positive delta at the moment.
And all
speaking of-
silver drivers except for Beckstead have now set a time, so the order is beginning to emerge.
Yeah, and speaking of Leatherwood, he's probably going to be a lot more competitive this week because out of all the D6 drivers, he's the one by far that put in the most practice laps this week. He almost did 200 practice laps, like by far, like almost double from anyone else in D6. So hopefully all that hard work pays off.
That's pretty good. That's more than race distance, so but quite a bit. I don't remember how many laps we did last night, but it was nowhere near
42.
200.
It was 41 or 42, I think.
42.
Yeah. So he's doing quadruple race distance. That's good
So
practice.
Harville parked it into the pit, think that's his best, which that was his PB, so
Exactly. It's very unlikely he'll be able to ameliorate on that by beating it by half a second with only a little over 2 minutes left. We can hope. And we got Olsen and Mummery putting in very fast laps on their own, going sub 25, both of them.
Oh, and Colt was up by just under a second, but then he spins in
that's
turn
tragic.
9. Very unfortunate.
Sipperburn
he's got
Senior
enough time
right
to
now
start
is
another lap,
P4, got a huge jump from last lap, did a 26.5. Oh yes, thank you Zodi, I totally zone out. Excellent call, thank you. Yes, I'm dumb. There
Gotta
we
help
go.
People out.
Yep, I fixed it, thank you for calling it out.
Yeah.
Totally
but
forgot
we can
about
already
that.
see Mummery, not Mummery, Harville already like almost a full second in front of second place.
Let's look
think
at Backstack. Backstack right now is 7/10 up. That's quite a good lap coming into turn 10. They'll bring him quite a few spots. That would actually, holy cow, that would bring him to P4.
Yeah, that'll put him at 25.4 approximately if he keeps the pace and he doesn't lose it.
There we go. That should be a
He's
P4.
gaining. Yeah, he's gaining even more time on that straight now.
And there
we
he
go,
goes.
P4 as predicted. But
We've
still
got
all-
Brian
still-
Acombe about 4/10 up as he goes through corkscrew as well. That'll,
Yeah.
if he maintains that, he'll jump over Beverly.
Oh, Caster Curse.
Oh, you cursed the man. Acom just lost his delta.
Oh,
Oh, no.
sorry, Brian.
Let's look at Santos. Santos is 3/10 up into sector 2. 428 got a whoopsie mummery with RTG back to Santos. into turn 5.
Right,
Up
these
the
are
hill.
the last hot laps for
These
silver
are.
because qualifying or gold will be coming out right
now.
Yep,
And,
gold people all coming out now. So first in line in gold, car 164. It's Pellerin.
I'll keep an eye
Costa
on
right
Colt,
now
who's
is
going to be our
about 3
last.
tenths up. Pretty similar to Santos. Into turn 9.
Yep, if they can go get those few tenths of a second, they'll go up because there's a lot of drivers in that 26 range.
Ooh. 6 tenths up. For
Yeah,
Santos.
I was going to say Carter is up by quite a bit.
That is a P5, maybe 4.
Colt is also up by 6 tenths, and Acom is up by
Acom's
a
on
second
second.
now.
Oh, that looks sketchy.
Oh, but as I went to him, he was cutting
That's your
corkscrew.
fault, Connor.
He did that before I said his name.
Yeah, Colt and Carter are both. Colt is still up 8 tenths.
Carter snags 11th, and Colt is going to be our last silver driver across. Let's see how he does in the final
8 tenths up.
turn.
Looks
And it's
clean.
a great last turn, is it? Oh, 9.5 tenths up. Can he keep it above 9 tenths before across the line?
Let's see how cool
Up
he
to
is.
9th. That's a good jump.
Calm and collected. All right, who is the pack leader for our gold driver?
That'd be Pellerin in the 164.
For Pellerin.
He's about to begin his hot lap.
So Harville actually qualifying a full second over second place in silver division.
Yeah, that is quite a gap. That's not very silver.
Not at all.
Not very
Sounds familiar,
silvery.
doesn't it?
That's not very D6, to be honest.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, almost going into a sub 23 in D6 is crazy. Whether it be silver or gold, might even be able to just keep the pole with that, to be honest, unless
That is quite likely.
Very possible, yeah, for sure.
but we don't need to count Pellerin or Smith out. They were the other top finishers at Paul Ricard, so they definitely have it in them to go catch up to him.
Tristan confirmed, yes. Harville is definitely unloaded too much sand too soon. Zodi in the chat is saying, yeah. Dang.
That's wow.
Or they can skip. He can skip us straight to D3. D4
He'll even
is
keep
easy.
his Wednesday slot.
Yeah, exactly. How thoughtful.
So Pellerin has done a time, a 1:24.7, puts him in third.
That was just his first time lap, so
That was
that
just
is
his first time
quite
lap.
a good first lap.
As a first lap, it's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, Baum with a 1:25.2, Smith was a 1:26.7. Dan Meyer puts in a quick one, 1:25.3, slots into 7th on his first hot lap.
Yeah, I mean, we see Pellerin, he's already over, he's almost a half a second ahead of his lap already, just after a little over half of the lap done.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, that looks a teeny bit wide for 8. Still gain for Pellerin.
Yeah, he got a tenth just off the corkscrew.
Little wide on 9, lost him 2/10. Into 11th. Looks a little deep. Another 10th's gone.
Yeah, not the
Still an
greatest last
improvement.
turn.
Nope. The question is, can anyone dethrone Harville, who unloaded way too much sand too quick?
Very
Harville's-
unlikely, to be honest.
Well, and let's not count out Olsen as well, who's also half a second above the fastest gold driver currently.
Exactly true. That is very true as well. He's also a silver driver. And
Will Harville, are you using a fake first name in ACC? Is that you?
Wait, yeah.
Or is that your sibling?
Yeah, is Corey or Will correct?
Are you unloading the sand right now? Oh, are you shuffling the sand back in for the race? Oh, Paladin's too wide. Sodi on chat said someone took out brake board for the last turn. The trick is don't use brake board. I'm not even being condescending. That's really is the trick.
Oh,
Yeah, genuinely, every single track as you're learning it, learn physical brake markers that cannot move.
Be removed.
Like,
Yup.
pieces of curb. I think here a pretty good one is
exactly.
is
Top 10 advice.
at the start of the yellow line in the pit entry.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it can be removed, assume it will be gone.
We have 5th, 6th, and 7th all on very good laps at the moment.
Yeah.
I remember
7th
when I
JP
was-
May.
when I was first
6/10
learning-
up.
When I was first learning a lot of these tracks, I would, in private practice sessions, I would go around and purposefully take out every brake marker to force myself.
Yeah. JP May almost a second ahead of his best. And climbing too.
Still yet,
Over a second as he comes out of corkscrew.
no one is contesting the front row.
No, Pellerin was the most likely to do it.
Oh,
and
someone got a
He's
whoopsie?
kind of struggling out there, it looks like.
556 Charlin had a whoopsie exiting 7th, or exiting 9th, or 10th, or geez, my number is wrong.
J. May jumps up to
May.
second. He is now the closest to Harville with only 8/10 separating him.
But still 8/10 is still very, still crazy considering
That is.
silver.
Yeah, it's a tall ask.
That's a massive gap in the front row alone. 908 had a whoopsie. That's Mad Mood. Oh, going backwards, sir. You can't park there. Replaying that real quick. Over the crest. Oh, the first bump.
Easy to do.
Look at him scooting his way out. No harm to other, no fouls though. To Lombardo.
Yeah, Sanfilippo Lombardo looking good on his lap thus far, trying to get a time.
Who's in front? That'll be Mark Allen. Hopefully Lombardo doesn't get impeded. But it looks like he will be impeded.
I don't know if I would call it impeding, but
That's a good jump. Bring him to
jumps up to 5th.
Very good. Sub 25
the third row.
is nothing to knock off at.
All the way in the back, we've got Rob Warren up about a second and a half.
But he's got a lot to catch up.
Yeah. It's only under 2 minutes left. These guys
So
have
he
to
will
get
have.
their,
Oh my God, that's us. Yeah,
I'm
turn
cursing
9
everybody
exit.
tonight.
That sand is
Yeah,
sketchy.
he's still up over a very nice last turn too. That delta just shooting down.
Mark DC improves by about half a second. Jumps a couple spaces up into 10th.
Nice.
Nice. We got Matt Moon all a second under his delta at the moment.
I'm noticing Mark DC's also got his hazards on.
I know, I saw that too. Yesterday in the race, the only car that was in front of me had that. I was like, oh my God, that is a little annoying. So I was trying to keep my vision in front of that car
Good last
with his
turn from
flanking
Moon.
lights.
Yep, he's going to go into this sub 25 category as well with that lap. What is he? Was that invalid?
Yeah, that didn't bring him up a whole lot.
Well, he didn't move.
It's
Do I have a
18, yep.
visual bar?
But
Oh,
he is
didn't.
very close to the next position, so he didn't have to gain a whole lot.
Yeah, well, maybe it was invalid because the lap didn't register, so he maybe wasn't validated. Because it,
Yeah,
it
that's
should
Yes,
put him
it
at-
was.
Yeah, it's showing as red, so
It
that
was,
was an
yep.
invalid lap.
but not exactly sad. I would have put him in the under 25 club.
Yep, I'm still checking. JP May in second place is about neutral to his previous lap,
Yeah.
but
Well,
not contesting.
We got Smith making a run for it. He's almost a second off his delta. Doing the lap that he
That would be huge. That would jump up quite a bit.
At the moment,
That'll be
that
a
would put him
P5
at
if he keeps it.
1.4. He keeps climbing. It's at 1.6.
Oh, hot
Because he's going through the
dog.
last corner too. That's gonna be
Is
a
it coming
big
for
jump.
Pellerin's place?
P2.
P2. Not only that,
That's
it's
what we
still
wanted to see
almost
from
an
Smith.
8/10 gap.
Dan Myers also improving by quite a bit, over half a second.
Yeah, it's going. He'll jump quite a bit as well.
He jumps up to P6.
We got the last car coming in.
Well, and he's not going to be improving this time.
No, absolutely not.
So Harville still hangs on by 0.7 of a second. That's quite a gap.
Yeah,
for a
3/4 of a
silver
second.
driver.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually
Sounds
just
like a
gonna
certain
pull up-
driver in D5.
I mean, to be fair, he would have qualified third in D5, 0.003 of a second behind Cube.
Dang.
So yeah.
Yeah, straight to D4. He get to keep his Wednesday. Let's look. Actually, there's quite a few silver drivers sprinkle up top. So at first place, Harville. Fourth, with Olsen, Momry, 8th. And then a couple more back, 12th, Backstead, and then Santos in 15th. And then we start our bunch of silver that is led by Dick Zipperburn Sr.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that kind of just shows that, except a few outliers at the top of the standings, the divisions in D6 were pretty well done.
It's not bad,
Because
actually. You're right. It's not that many.
Yeah, there's a few of them, and it's normal for not, every track for every gold driver to beat out every silver driver. But yeah, I mean, with a few adjustments, I think that D6 they were pretty spot on with the placements, especially for the gold and silver.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, while our driver is still loading for the setup, getting ready for the race, I'm gonna shout out to our sponsor. A huge thank you to our SRA sponsor and title sponsor for supporting us here in SRA, as well as from Documize, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documize.com to learn more today, and support from Retro Saga, a North America-based gaming company that provides accessory for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sagas, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today now at retrosaga.ca. A big thank you to our affiliates, Trek Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Trek Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentorial, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience with premium 3D printed accessories, featuring precision craft magnetic shifters, slick cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard display. The innovative designs enhance the performance and style. Elevate every laps with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go set up premium esports setup for everyone. Use our affiliate links on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and fairy world collectible, magic wands, potions, mini dormice, wall decors, customary cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldrons is where crafts meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. KC Concepts, your source for custom automotive rendering, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look good, all for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
All right, and as we do the formation lap, I'll quickly go through the grid. We've got, it's a repeat of last week. The front row is Corey Harville and Ghislaine Smith, followed by JP May, Michael Olson, Stephen Pellerin, that's your top 5. Dan Meyer, Anthony Lombardo, Corey Mummery, John Baum, Cesar Pizzuto, that's your top 10. Then we've got Mark DC, Daniel Beckstead, Rob Warren, Mark Allen, Michael Santos, Brad Sharland, Marlon Abudo, Thomas Neely, Dick Zipperburn Sr., Pappy O'Daniel, that's a new name, they didn't race last week, Thomas Acosta, Cleveland Leatherwood, Corey Colt, Gordon Beverly Jr., Brian Acombe, CJ Carter, Tim Parkinson, Justin Muntean, and Matt Moon, who is in pit lane currently.
Yeah, well, did he disconnect or something, maybe?
I'm not sure.
Very sad.
There's no race
He
ban,
said
right?
something about a quali bug
No, there wasn't
in
any
chat,
other.
so I think...
Okay, no one's getting spanked at least, right?
Right, there were no quali bans.
Okay.
So he must have had some kind of glitch, which has
As we're
unfortunately
crossing the
resulted in a
line,
pit
we're
lane start
waiting for
him.
the car to go green, and green we go. Looks like Harfield's got a good launch shot off the outside for second place. Third place got an inside of Smith that goes side by side onto turn 2. Fourth and fifth also went side by side. Not a whole lot of place change. May got a place. Looks clean.
Yeah, it looks very clean. Nothing to note on my side.
No yellow, yes. Looks like Harfield's just gonna be in his solo server from now. So see you in 60 minutes.
Yeah, much like last week, he's already building a gap.
Was he also in a solo server last week as well?
Yeah,
for
he
part of the race,
spent a
yeah.
good chunk of the race with a decent gap.
Dang.
I think it's pits that got him, and he wound up like in behind traffic, and he was never able to catch Smith. But for most of the race, I think he led more than half of the race last week.
And speaking of Smith, it looks like JP May got past him on the start somewhere, and now has a decently growing gap to Smith as well.
May got
exactly.
Smith's right off the launch into turn 2. They went side by side in turn 2. So, I clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, JP Smith got the inside of T2, and yeah, Smith had to let him pass.
Oh, while pit window open, I'm gonna talk about our pit just as usual. For those who are new here, in SRA main series, we have mandatory pit. You can pit from the first lap till 2 minutes to finish. So practically the entire race you're allowed to pit. You are not allowed to refuel. So bring all your fuel on board, or you're gonna have a very hard time finishing the race. And you have to take tires, so at least 30 seconds stationary if you're perfect about it. And I quite like this pit regulation myself. I feel like it still fosters some variation.
We've got yellows at the back.
Yep, got a 302.
302 coming. That's O'Daniel.
Is off. I'm not quite sure what happened, but
Let's
he's
do a
lost several
replay.
places there.
Oh, big
sausage
curve in turn
curve.
4.
Full count.
Plus one.
Now something's happened to Rob Warren as well. He's lost about almost 10 places, maybe, judging by the arrows.
Yeah, car 69, Warren.
Yep. See if I can replay 30 seconds from that. Looks like he's already in the back of the pack from here.
But it's going to be near the sausage curve.
Oh,
Yep.
another sausage from 6. Plus one.
Very important to stay within track limits.
Kill
the track
plus
enforces
plus.
it.
Yeah, we got Harville already pulling away. He's over 3 seconds ahead of second place.
We just start chill, dude. Chill. You looking for a promotion?
Wait, apart from our visits to the sausage factory, this is looking pretty clean so far. I've seen no other yellows.
What is alarming to me is P2 JP May had his last lap, which is PB. We just started, so it's 25.445.
He's pushing.
Harville up front is nearly a full second ahead in the last lap time.
Yeah, I mean, if it keeps going with that average and he keeps gaining more or less a second per lap, he's going to be gone within, he'll be uncatchable. He could even almost pit halfway.
Pallerin just got Olsen, looks like coming from the crest. I'm replaying that. Looks like Olsen made a boo-boo in turn 6 that left it open down the corkscrew, or before the corkscrew for Pallerin. Coming to DC.
Ooh, we've got some battling in the mid pack here. There's about a 5-car battle.
Let's see if I can replay that. Zipperburn Senior. Oh, corkscrew carnage.
Yep, and then some cars avoiding.
Looks like mostly everyone else is pointing the correct way. So like
Bubo is really hounding Allen, trying to stay on the back of him, but he went wide in the final turn, which is going to hurt him all the way down this straight.
Go back on Dan Meyer right now is P8. Looking up front to Baham. Turn 5 uphill. Looks like Mark DC still has his blankers on. Something emergency is going on. Oh, hello. Replay. So this is Olsen.
Well. That's
Olsen and Pallerin. Yep.
Olsen and Pallerin.
That's no curb. Oh, that's not safe, bro. Yep, that's unsafe rejoin. That's on Pallerin. 100%.
Yep, that's a slam dunk penalty.
Yep, that's
and they have not. They're just now rejoining too, so they have lost like 15 places.
Yeah, they are both McLaren, right? Is Pallerin running a McLaren?
Pallerin is in an Aston.
Aston. Yeah, Aston is slightly better, but not that much better. McLaren is very sensitive to front aero damage, or any aero damage.
Yeah, so
Olsen got the better of that. He's sitting 13th now, but Pellerin all the way down to 20th.
Yeah, definitely self-cost. Senior looks like got a mishap. Looks like coming into turn 11, hairpin. Oh, he cooked it.
Oh, and Warren is going around the outside.
Down the pit straight, he's free for all. Lost 3 places.
Ooh.
What wrong? What place is he in?
Attempting to go around in 16th now. He was attempting to go around the outside of Zipperburn and ended up spinning him. And Zipperburn losing out big time as he's just in a really awful part of track to rejoin. Takes the pit lane. Smart thing to do.
Who is the green car? I don't quite know the green car, but the Bentley is worn. Oh, Zipperburn went inside. Oh, that is a little optimistic by Zipper.
I didn't notice that part.
Yep,
that is unfortunate.
Yeah, Senior maybe a little optimistic there. Onto Denmeyer, P7, chasing down Baham. Behind Meyer, we got Mark DC coming to the front straight.
Yeah, pretty close. 3-way battle, trying to chase down Baum, Meyer, and DC really close. Maybe they'll call a truce and just try to catch up to him because Baum seems to be pulling away.
Meyer lived a lot and didn't take the racing line like Baham. That is an odd choice, I would say.
The Porsche can make you come up with very unique lines.
That is fair.
On this track. Harville's gap out front is almost up to 5 seconds, by the way.
It's 4.5 right now, yup.
Yep, just keeping it just slowly
Olsen got a
growing.
boo-boo. I'm gonna see if I can replay that.
Another boo-boo from Olsen?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 3. Oh, got the dirt on the outside exit.
It's very possible that he's dealing with damage right
You're
now.
absolutely correct. That is very true.
Maybe his car was stable with the correct setup, but if he got damage in that first scuffle,
I'm gonna
Backstat
replay
has also
backstat.
gone off.
Oh, smacked. Is that a TK? No, that is not a team
that's
kill.
a McLaren.
Yeah, that's McLaren. You're right. Yeah, that too wide on turn 6. You have to be so trusting of everyone, yourself and your opponent. It's just difficult.
I simply wouldn't go too wide there.
Yeah,
honestly.
if you that requires so much trust. Like you have to run lap after lap next to that driver and know they are very trustworthy, and yourself as well. Or else, yes, I just wouldn't.
Pellerin's making up spaces. He's side by side with Charland going into turn 1.
He got the inside of T2. Yep.
Easy pass.
Easy. Charland didn't really challenge him there.
well, I mean, as we saw in quali, the top 4 or 5 drivers were leagues ahead in terms of pace.
It was.
So Pellerin can definitely just eat through the field if he takes it one at a time and catch back up.
And I'm sure a lot of these drivers will see Pellerin catching up and will think that's simply not my race. It's not worth slowing
Wasting
myself
time.
down to defend
Yep.
against him.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Yeah, but JP May still has a lot of fight on him. Best lap so far, only 1.5 tenths off Harville's 124.6 that he
I
did
got a
earlier.
yellow here from
Yep,
Cole.
960.
turn 5. Ooh, that snapped. Boop the snoot on Barry R. Roran is chasing neatly. Coming to 11. That's a dive. That's optimistic. He made it.
It worked though.
I think neatly saw it coming and just let it happen.
Yep.
I feel like if neatly decided to close it, he had the right to.
Charland has gone off in the final between the last 2 corners.
Trying to
Rejoined
replay
safely
that.
there.
Oh, I didn't catch it. Oh man. Yep, that's gonna happen on dirt. You gotta be so careful. You have so little traction.
Up and go to 2nd, 3rd gear. And
Yep.
what we got? Yeah, quietly actually, Lombardo and Baum, the big winners in this fourth portion of the race, up 3 and 4 places respectively. So yeah.
And up ahead, I think there's a good chance that May is purposefully not like trying to catch up to Harville and trying to save tires and maybe overcut Harville. Because Harville is obviously pushing out there, like he clearly wants to
is he
build
really
a big
pushing
gap.
that much? Because you have to consider that his quali was a 123 flat, so he's still.
I'm replaying Muntin has a
He's full
whoopsie.
fuel pushing though. I don't know. It's hard to say what his fuel level was in quali.
I can totally see though. Like if you think you have no chance to catch the guy in front, you better look for your strategy to look behind, plan for behind.
Oh, boom.
I think it is right.
Bump right into the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's trying to conserve tires so that he can overcut Harville, that's definitely, I think, the smart move.
With Ron in front, we have Backstat and Santos.
Yeah, that's a nice little 3-car battle.
Oh, Baham up front, P5's quite close to Lombardo. Coming to turn 8 corkscrew.
Yeah, Lombardo's gonna have to be really good on his defenses because he's got Bomb and there's our Mark VC right behind, just waiting for both of them to make a mistake.
Exactly, and Meyer has been in that fight as well. Looks like he's a couple places back maybe. I'm not sure what happened there, but
Yeah, no, I mean, Meyer's still in 7th, trailing DC by only
Sudu got
Yeah, and if those three
yellow
slow each
in
other down
corkscrew. I'm
fighting,
replaying that.
then Meyer can catch up easily.
Oof. Just oversteer over the first crest. Back to Lombardo, leading Byham and Mark DC. To recall, train has been going on for a good bit.
Yeah, he's getting hounded. Bomb's been up there almost all race.
Back in
Lombardo
13th.
now, yeah.
Beckstead could be in a good position to make a move on Santos. He thought about it, then backed out slightly, but is still right behind him.
Backside a little wide for 3. Also a little teeny wide for 4. Palarin and Rob Ron from behind is fighting, I could tell. Yes, Rob Warren is definitely defending from Palarin.
Now the big question is there's a few cars all clumped up in front of Pellerin. Will they let him pass because they know that he's probably has better pace? Or
Not Palarin. Warren just got murdered by Backstad. That was a penetration there.
I was gonna say Warren is another gold driver, so it's in his championship interest to not
That was Backstad's fault.
Pellerin back, but
Yeah.
well, that gave Pellerin a couple more spots on his path back to the front.
yeah, Pellerin all the way up to 13th from 20th only 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, Warren got the bad luck there, got touched. In the back, we have Dick Superburn Jr. chasing down Brian Acomb. Cole looks like I made a pass. See if I can replay that. Oh, someone self-delete on corkscrew, looked like. Is that true? Yeah, turn 9 between corkscrew and 9. Back onto Zipperburn Senior. Looks like we have drivers pitting. We have Matt Moon and Justin Muntin is in the pit or coming out. Justin is coming out, looks like. Let's check out how was the pit. Oh, yes. Damage. So, Olsen is 94 seconds stationary. Muntin is 99 seconds stationary. Matt Moon is still stationary at the moment. There's a lot of damage on board with Dick Superburn Sr. Looks like between 8 and 9 there's another yellow. There'll be a Costa. Oh, double went off. Doing donuts for Styles. Right in the racing line. Boop.
Here in
Still
SRA, they give you -1 on your total track time for every donut you do during the race. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if JP May's strategy works out, because now he's over 10 seconds behind Harville. Conserving tires or not, if that gap gets any bigger, it might kind of backfire if that was his plan.
I think he may have to give up looking forward and start looking behind, and hopefully Smiths don't approach him during pit.
Yeah, well, I mean, Smith's kind of just eyeing him about 4 seconds back.
Well, and I wouldn't count on that gap staying the same, because this is similar to what happened last week. Was Harville had a comfortable lead and Smith just very slowly but surely caught up to him. And maybe that won't happen here. This is a different track entirely after all. And there's another car between Smith and Harville. But I think Smith could absolutely catch up to May.
Oh, 100%. Anything's possible. Like, between second and third, it's still a pretty small gap.
Yeah.
And then anything can happen during pits. I mean, you can just overshoot your stop by a second and have to get ported, and then you just lose your 3 seconds right there. Yeah, Pellerin quietly just going up the pack too, already on 12th now.
Yeah, he's definitely on a good recovery drive.
Baham definitely put the pressure on Lombardo. Lombardo went over the crest on turn 8 corkscrew, but he get to defend on the inside on turn 9. Baham could not get that move stick.
But Baham's gonna keep the inside, or try to at least, but it doesn't work. Let's see if he goes for an optimistic move here.
That's a little far
plays
back.
It safe.
Mark DC has thought about it.
Yeah,
And notably, the three of them has slowed down enough for Meyer to catch up.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was about to say. And now Meyer's part of it's a 4-way battle chasing Lombardo for 4th. So if any one of
Meyer
these
goes
guys,
wide, removes himself from the fight temporarily.
but top 7
DC
still
went
having
wide.
great pace.
Looks like the front of DC's is not grabbing as much. I think he's a little understeery. Which is a surprise for a Mustang. I am still up Lombardo's rear. Come again to corkscrew. It's hard for the McLaren to do corkscrew as our braking distance is really far. We don't have good brakes, so corkscrew can be a little difficult. But luckily, it's also kind of difficult or quite impossible to overtake at corkscrew.
And we were kind of talking about earlier during qualifying the tracks that thrive a little bit in Laguna, like the Porsche, the Lambo can definitely look to outbrake a lot of the cars and brake a lot later than those McLarens and the heavier cars.
If we look back just a little bit, Pizzuto is making moves on Mummery. He's staying real close to him. Almost had a moment where he could get him through 10, but backed off. But that's a tight little 3-car battle.
Ooh, someone went
2-car
wide.
battle. Yeah, that would be Abubo behind, goes wide.
Yep, and then right behind Abubo we got Pellerin that's just hounding the whole field down since the start of the race.
Looks like our fellow commentator.
Pellerin certainly going to get the overtake award.
Near last to first challenge. Just slaying through the field.
It'll be very interesting to see also. On
Ooh, that's it. You cursed the man. You cursed the man, Connor. Oh no. Oh my god.
That was not the safest of rejoins.
That was
supposed to be
sussy.
parallel with the track, brother.
Well, back to the drawing board for Pellerin. After a full 22 minutes of passing car after car, he loses a couple of spots there.
Yeah, undid himself.
Or if he did it
All
once,
the
he can
hard
do it
work.
again. But when you're playing catch-up like this, a 60-minute race can seem excessively short, so...
It's just not enough time.
Lombardo has gone into the pits.
Okay, first non-damaged car to go for it.
Yeah, that's a bit early of a stop.
Yeah, so we will see if Barham can overcut it, because I think there's a very good chance. Oh my god, Backside could not get over Santos. Santos' defense is near questionable. I would say it's legal, but almost too many defensive moves. Now bring neatly right back to Backstat.
Yeah, a 4-way
And so is Pellerin. I have not used the curb kill count for a while.
Yeah, pretty tame for the last few minutes.
I'm gonna play this. Palarin got neatly. Oh yeah, off turn 4 neatly didn't fight.
Yeah.
Glenn Smith pit from P3 looks like.
A bit early considered how
I agree.
how rough is on tires.
Santos blew through 8B at the corkscrew. I swear that most likely would be a track cut. He blew through it hard and kept the position.
Lombardo came out of the pits all the way back in 21st, notably not on the lead lap anymore. He is the second car behind Harville.
That's... Oh, someone's being optimistic. That's Palarin, and he made it stick.
Oh, double? Okay.
Oh! Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Santos. Yeah, I think Santos kind of just saw him in his rear and kind of just gave a little bit too much gas there.
That was no contact, right?
Interestingly, Smith is also...
he just laid out on himself.
Smith is also coming out behind the leader. Or if not behind the leader, he's going to get blue flagged immediately. No, Harville gets by, so Smith is now also behind the leader. That's how big the gap is that the person in third pitted and came out a lap down.
See if they Smith can use the leader to plow through the field with him if he can keep up.
Which I think he can, so that could be a very good strategy for Smith, to use the leader's blue flags to get by people.
Yeah, just use it as an ambulance.
Baham also hops into the pits, so DC and Meyer are now in third and fourth.
That is quite early. I wonder what is the strategy behind this. In my head, it is near optimal at 25 minutes in to 30 minutes in, but it make it suboptimal is when you come out, you have to fight. And I don't want to fight with my new tires. I want to just enjoy them with no traffic.
Palarin and Neely have also gone in the pits, so and Harville's in the pits.
Okay, Harville.
So truly, the chain reaction has begun.
And we're gonna see just how far Harville actually comes out in front of Smith and and Lombardo, for example. Before he pitted, just to note that he was about 16 seconds ahead of May at that point.
Dang.
And May has just now passed, so.
Exactly. So we'll see. We'll only know when May pits to see if the strategy for lifting a little bit and keeping his tires.
So let's see how the pit went. Lombardo have a 32-second stationary.
Yeah, very
35 for Baham, 36 for Glenn Smith.
Yeah,
see
so
if
Harville just getting even more time off his pit.
And Harville's now leaving the pits.
A 36-second stationary?
Well, Smith hasn't even reached corkscrew yet, so Harville's going to retain a healthy lead here.
It's going down.
A net lead, at least.
Yeah, he's coming out of pits now. That's still pretty crazy. He pits and he's still fourth.
Yeah, he's fourth, and the next car that has pitted and come out is Smith, who is all the way back in 16th.
So now Harville has a huge field in between him and Smith that he'll have to pass to even hope to catch up, even if it's a little slide there. But the interesting fact about why most of the leaders pitted early is that since Harville had mustered such a huge lead, there wasn't really any need to pit because they mostly had clean air to just race and just keep going. So they could conserve as much as they want and try to get a later pit and hopefully make a move. But that seems to be what JP May and Mark DC are doing at the moment.
Yeah, I would agree. If I may, I just pit quite late, probably 40 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a chance of purple.
Until your tires, you just keep going until your tires start giving out a little bit.
Yeah. For me, is I see if I can get this set as far as I can and have low fuel and fresh tire at the end to chase that 1 point of a purple. I don't know if he has the confidence to try for that, to have purple to contest The current purple, which is 40 flat or 40.1. I think it's 20. Yeah, sorry. Yep, 24.1, which is possible, I believe, for JP May to contest that with low fuel and fresh tire.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, his quality lap I think was like mid to high 23s. So if he gets a really good lap with, you know, almost like semi-fresh tires and really low fuel later in his second stint, he can definitely go for it.
Because if he builds enough of a tire delta, Harville, who pit early, doesn't get to enjoy that low fuel and fresh tire as nearly as much.
Exactly. He'll definitely have to be careful in the last 10 or 15 minutes because he'll have run over 35 minutes on that second set of tires on his end.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
With the gap that he built at the beginning, I feel like Harville probably was getting to the point of really needing new tires. So it wouldn't surprise me if his pace is a lot more conservative this stint.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, because depending on how much JP May managed his tires with Harville, you know, with his fuel count going down and his new fresh of tires and clean air in front of him. I mean, does that Mark DC? Mark DC is pitting at the moment. So now Harville is up to third, only a second and a half behind Allen, and then it's just free chase to try and close that gap on May. So if he catches up before May pits, then it'll be really, you know, counterproductive for May's strategy.
Santos going in right now. Lombardo's chasing by him. That been
Lombardo
going on.
Almost had him. He had
and
the
Cole
inside
got
of
a
the final
DT.
corner. Ooh,
Oh, that's not fun.
Brutal for Colt.
I wonder if that was just a baby amount of speeding, because he just got that barely coming out of the pit. So it is very possible it was not tracked, but a teeny amount of speeding and got him a DT.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Who's behind this car? That's Lombardo. Lombardo was flashing by him to tell him the boost.
I was just gonna say, personally, I'm not a big fan of using your flashers on a car that you are racing.
I myself don't mind it.
Maybe he's just saying hello.
I have used it to cheer on friends before. Yeah.
Oh, really close.
Ooh,
he has to cut corkscrew quite a bit there.
Lombardo wants that position back.
Gets around Colt easy enough. Colt gets out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, Harville is definitely going to come out in front of May. He's only 41 seconds back.
I'm going to replay Harville.
Sure.
Oh, there we go. That's easy. That was easy to Mark Allen's pass. Mark Allen didn't even fight it. To be honest, not really. Kind of pointless to fight it, so I don't blame Allen at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, a very smart move. I mean, Harville.
Why waste time?
Exactly.
Get it over with.
Yeah, our shortest total pit time so far is a 1:02. So,
yep, and we actually have May in right now.
Colt is in the pit to service DT.
Yep, and we have JP May in the pit, the current leader, but we have Harville coming in. He's just going over turn 10 now, going into the last turn.
Leatherwood is chasing down GP2, Gordon Beverly Jr.
And Harville just passes JP May, and he hasn't even moved yet, so we'll see how much of a gap he'll come out ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be another comfortable lead for sure.
Yeah. JP May just starting to get out of pits, and Harville is already 14 seconds ahead of him. So by the time he goes through that pit lane, I would assume probably somewhere around 22 to 25 seconds, maybe.
What, we're on Ida Mumry's inside?
Looked for the inside, but backed out of it.
Looks like Matt Moon rage quit, he said on the chat. I mean, he had a very bad start, unlucky start to begin with, so Warren is still eyeing down.
What happened to his pit start?
Oh, that was sketchy. A little power oversteer from Warren.
Again, these two are bound to pit soon. They're surrounded by blue flags. So.
I think they are trying to overcut each other and play chicken, see who pits first.
Exactly. I mean, if I was in Warren's position, I would pit this lap probably. Oh, is he gonna make an opportunistic move?
Oh my god, that was
he
sketchy.
really thought about it.
He thought about it.
It's not really worth it. Like when you're about one lap out of pitting and walk. Oh, there he goes. Jesus, he's getting.
That was sus. Yep.
Montgomery is not giving up.
Oh, there we go.
By.
Oh,
Off to the sand pit.
It would be hilarious if they just both pit right now, though.
I'm surprised. What? Why would you do this? No, no, dude, you just got this.
I called it.
You did. This is unbelievable. I'm like, I'm not going in. I just got this. Like maybe Mummery.
And for Warren or for Mummery to do it too, I would never follow the person I'm battling into the pits.
Exactly. Like if I ran off turn 9, lost the place, okay, I'm gonna go in. But if he's going in, I ain't going in anymore.
It's about sending a message. He wants to follow on to the place.
They want to get each other on track.
This fight.
Yeah.
We're done when I say we're done.
Oh, there's a 937. That was yellow. That's
An update
Olsen?
to the leader gap, by the way. It's 29 seconds.
No, I wasn't too far off. I said 22
that
to 25.
That is not a good picture.
Yeah, a whole 30 seconds in front. It's still climbing on top of it.
Soon he'll be in the next time zone.
I mean, realistically, Harville has to have like a major incident to have any chance to getting caught. Because
okay, so Warren beat Mummery in the pit. Mummery is still coming out, and Warren already exited the pit lane. Let me check the stop time real quick. So Rob stationary for 37 seconds. Mummery stationary for 39 seconds. 2 seconds delta in the pit, and that's how Mummery got gotten.
Yeah, crucially, there are now 2 cars between Warren and Mummery, so that 3 now. So that
he might never get that battle he was looking for.
Right.
Unless he can make quick work of Neely and Beckstead.
Well, and now Mummery has Pizzuto right behind him, and
on top of it,
he's on cold tires.
Now I'm on following Santos, chased by GB2 Gordon Beverly Jr., chased by Cleveland Leatherwood. So last lap, the leader Horrorfield did 24 flat. There's a purple at the moment, so
yeah, really good race pace. That was the best lap of the race so far.
Yep.
So he's not even attempting to hide his pace.
Unload all the sand.
I saw a meatball flag there, so someone's got to turn on their headlights.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully they have
auto
a button for that.
Yeah, or they have auto.
Is this
on.
Santos? No, Santos is light on. Okay. GB2, Leatherwood. Maybe they turn on now.
Yeah.
Looks like Zipper Burn Sr. is on the rear of Leatherwood. Senior went wide on 11. Oh, lost a spot. That would be... Oh my god, penetration!
So it was Parkinson who didn't have their headlights on. They have been disqualified for not having their headlights on.
Oh, that sucks.
That is very unfortunate.
What a way to get DQ.
I'm not sure what position they were in, but they're done now.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, their grid slot was 27, so they were pretty far back, but
still,
that's very unfortunate. Could be a lesson learned about having a key set up for your lights.
Or auto, make sure it is in.
Yeah, and actually Baham up to 3rd. Made a move on, was it Smith and Lombardo? Wasn't he running 5th before that?
Yeah. The undercut worked. Another one to notice is Smith's got Lombardo, because I remember Lombardo was chasing by him, and he's no longer doing that. Smith just dived on the inside corkscrew, dipped out. I'm going to replay that in Helicam. I want to watch that. That was optimistic or brave or both.
Or a missed breaking point. I'm going to go with missed breaking point.
Yeah. 6-7. 4 got yellow. Who is 6-7 for? That's Parkinson. Replaying that. Coming into 10.
Yeah, well, that's a headlight DQ.
Is that a penetration? Not quite. He just blew it. Why would that be yellow?
Parkinson just slowly falling down the order.
Pizzuto and Mamori looks like it's exchanged place. I'm replaying that. Ooh, Mamori dove down in turn 5. Whoa, that is a very good pass. Very
Lombardo making a move on Smith into turn 5. Gets it done on the inside.
I'm gonna replay that real quick. Barely missed that. Oh, nice. Got a good advantage out of 4.
Yep.
Nice
Very
braking.
clean path.
Very surgical.
They leave space for each other.
Yep. And Smith's
But
still
Smith-
right behind it.
Yeah, Smith is staying behind him.
Yep, the fight is not quite finished.
I mean, for all 3 of these guys, I mean, Bauman sitting on the last step of the podium, and Lombardo and Smith within a second of him.
Very good blue flag yielding.
Yeah, so they can continue their chase for the podium.
999 got a yellow. That's ACOM, Brian. Exit of 9. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Going to GP2. Chasing Santos. Going back up top to Glenn Smith. Oh, slightly behind GB2, looks like. On track location anyway. Chasing Lombardo still. And our leader has 38-second gap. What? That's a full sector and some in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
You can legit do donuts and check behind him and see who's behind. And Lombardo is right up by him again. These two.
yeah. I mean, once again, like within about a second, all 3 cars looking for that podium spot.
Oh, this is going to be a good
That's
opportunity
going to be a
for
good
Lombardo.
one. Yep. Baham's going to get it inside though. Nope, he gave up the inside. Lombardo put it in and smacked. Yep, that would be an outside spot in my opinion. That was still pretty clean pass. Baham gave up the inside, so it was free for all.
Yeah, that was a bit of a defensive mistake from
I agree.
Baham.
Yep.
I mean, you can't afford to give the inside on turn 2 and 3. It's
Yeah.
just intense.
Yep.
Especially when he was in a position to hold the inside and
And touched.
Oh,
Lombardo's
and
off.
Tragic.
That's not good.
that's Baham and Lombardo.
Yeah, Julian
Bit of a
cruising
risky
through, saying
rejoin.
Thank you very much for those 2 positions.
Yep.
Well,
Maybe-
and Smith has gotten past Bomb too, so Smith
exactly,
is now on the
2
podium.
places up.
Exactly, yeah. But just thank you very much for the little bump.
Free
by
place.
Bob on Lombardo.
Yep.
Lombardo all the way down to 7th now.
The podium, I want to point out right now, as it stands, is the reverse championship order.
True. So might we have 3 promotees to D5 maybe?
Very possible.
And
But also,
quietly
if it stays like this, then that would mean that the three stay very, very close at the sharp end of the championship.
True. And
Going
meanwhile, we
backward
got
to Cole.
Alred.
Chasing Carter. Carter's rear looks quite beat up. I don't know if you can buff that one out. Behind him has Olsen. Coming into T1 too.
Yeah, Olsen quite the trooper to continue the race, though, considering everything that happened early and that he was in the top. What did he qualify? Second, Olsen, or what was his quali?
Let's see.
Olsen's grid place was 4th.
Yes.
Yeah, coming going in from 4th and being in the back of the pack, just keeping it and trying to get it, scratch up as many points as you can.
Yep.
I'm gonna hop for a little bit to Dick Zipperburn Sr.
That's an important note for our point system in SRA is that you have points all the way back to 50th place, I want to say. But
I think
very
40.
far back. 40th.
Yeah, so everyone here finished will get points, yes.
Yeah, it's always worth finishing the race.
Yep.
Exactly.
So I've raced in previous leagues where it followed
Ooh,
the
that
F1
was
point
sketchy.
system.
What happened? I looked away. That was sketchy for Silver Burn.
Pass, or what happened? Because the white car slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
That was, but let's see here. Oof.
He just forgot the gas pedal. Look.
Yeah. They kind of just they kind of just parked on the.
I wonder if he's ran out of fuel.
Did he?
Yeah, Leatherwood is just parked off track right now.
Oh no! Let me.
Back to garage. That's big underfueling.
Oh, I'm a
very
message them.
unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, miscalculation on the engineer's part.
Okay, I've requested for an answer. Back onto Baham, chasing down. Oh, yep. So they say no fuel.
That's tragic. 15 minutes to go. Like very.
That is a lot less, though. That is not marginal.
That's quarter of the race.
That's that's underfueling by a lot.
He forgot to add the 0 at the end.
But as I was saying a moment ago, the previous ACC league that I was in, only the top 10 positions earned points, and it made it very difficult to care about the entire championship if you were not
100%,
regularly finishing up there.
Or
Whereas
if
in
I'm
SRA,
out of,
you can have championship fights with whoever's around you.
Yep.
Exactly, and sometimes it's just for the position, right? Even if you're 4th or 5th in the championship and you know that someone in similar pace that you'll probably have to battle during the race is on you're still excited to battle them, even if, I don't know, you both wind up in the back of the pack, right? Because you're still going to get points for it, so.
Exactly.
In certain scenarios, even if you're running 25th or 30th and if the wrong guy is with you, you're still enticed to battle over it.
Olsen looks like just overtook Carter. Oh, boy.
And then contact with Carter.
I'm going to replay that real quick. Looks like that was...
Yeah, I mean, Olsen kept his line. I think Carter just bumped him.
Agree.
Well, it looks like Carter tried switchback.
Yeah. Oh, that I don't know. That was a little tight.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Did turn in quite early.
Yeah.
He could have just kept the right, but he just went back towards the middle.
Yep. I wouldn't put it on Carter just yet.
If Carter reports that, I think that would go to Olsen.
It's possible.
Yeah. That's definitely one that the swords.
Oh, that's not penetration, Justin. That is side door banging. Maybe a spank, not a penetration.
Oh, and Leatherwood is coming back out onto track.
Oh, okay.
Goes right back to what we were saying about it's always worth it to finish the race,
Yep.
even if you run out of fuel and get sent straight to the back.
It's still, I'll have to pull up the list, but it still must be, what, 20, 25 odd points, something like that?
You're still, what, we had 2 DNFs already, so you're still above them. But yeah, 26th would earn him 23 points.
Exactly. So 23 points is 23 points. Imagine not finishing this race and then losing the championship by 1 point or something.
Right.
Ooh, Santos went onto the sand.
Nobody say Santos.
Santos. Alright, let's see. All the gaps are spread out. I'm going to Baham.
Garland is quite close to Zipperburn, who looked at a pass around the outside of turn 9, thought better of it.
Oh, Senior's bum doesn't look too well. Going down the inside.
Go for the inside of
oh my
11.
god, that is very optimistic. I don't know. That is potentially snitchable. Unsure.
I'm not sure. We'd have to see when exactly they went for the lunge, but
yeah. But Senior's still holding on, so the fight is not done deal.
It was good. It was good race awareness from Zipperburn.
Zipperburn,
sure.
absolutely. If he didn't see both of them with a turnaround.
A little further back, Colt takes his place back from Olsen.
Let me replay that.
Just a simple pass down the main straight.
Oh, looks like
Olsen went wide.
Went wide, yep. I'm gonna get on to Rob again, Rob Ron in P11th.
Definitely agrees, Odie, that there have been questionable rejoins tonight. Luckily, it hasn't caused incidents. It's caused some people to swerve a little bit, but I don't know if there's anything anybody will report.
So the gap between P12 right now is over half a lap time at 45 seconds.
Ooh, this is a good opportunity for Warren. Allen had a pretty rough time through corkscrew.
Now they're parallel into 10. Allen got the inside and got the inside again for 11th. Maybe he can park it right there. Someone had a whoopsie in corkscrew. I cannot turn away just yet. Oh, this is a good fight. Coming into 2. Warren got the outside. Massively outbraked it. Allen. It's hard to get a good reference on the inside, so Allen just want to break early to be safe.
Fine line.
Yup.
Like in turn 2 and 3, there's so many different options you can take as lines that just because you don't have the interior doesn't mean you're completely out of it all the time.
That was a good move. That was quite a good move.
Yeah, so Warren just barely scrapes his way into the top 10 with 8 minutes, a little over 8 minutes to go.
I'm hop back to Olsen, chasing down Cole, over the crest to corkscrew.
Yeah, so we got Olsen.
Oh, I cursed the man!
Oh no, it's a caster curse.
What's that, the 3rd or 4th off for Olsen this race?
Yeah.
Definitely not his.
Very unfortunate.
Kind of just sitting there at the moment. Is he going for it? Come on, every point counts, Olsen. Come on.
Now
Yeah,
we're
so we
back
got
to ACOM to Senior.
Down for that 19th spot. Got Beckstead also fighting for 14th on Mummery. R1.
Sodi, you said, is that Rob? Rob's tie is 50 minutes old? Is that who you're saying?
I know Beckstead was fighting on 152.
937.
41 minutes. which is a long stint on these tires. That was a very early stop. Oh, because that's right, because they were off very early. So they just took their tires then.
Oh, Cena went wide.
The longest stint for sure.
Whoa, Cena's very defensive through 2. That is gonna... Oh my god, that lunge. That's sketchy. It's gonna cost him so much time. Suffering understeer, just hoping to point straight, lost a place. Still pointing straight. At least he's still pointing straight with no damage. It's hard to drive in your rear mirror. I don't slander Laguna Seca, Matt. Hop upward to Lombardo. Anthony's chasing.
Lombardo that caught up to Mayer after that scuffle for that podium spot with Smith and Baum. Hopefully he can go get maybe one last spot back before the race ends.
And we curse the man.
Again. Jesus, we'll just stop
the curse is real.
Every time we mention someone's name, they slide off. It's like some voodoo stuff.
And Olsen just went into the pit. So I'm unsure if they're going to come back out or not.
I think they have enough of the race completed to, even if they would quit here, they would get last and they wouldn't be DNF'd. Oh, Warren sliding there. Almost lost control. I just got that on my screen.
What place is it in? Got it?
Yeah, if you go
replay.
Back 15 seconds, you'll see him just like sliding. Just kind of just loses control there. Was it more far back or after?
I did 30 seconds, so...
Oh, okay, so maybe a little, maybe it's soon then.
Oh, yeah, the sand exiting 9. I'm so conservative there because of those sands. And then set him up bad for 10.
Plus, realistically, he has no reason to push. Well, I mean, Allen is a healthy 2.5 seconds in back of him right now, so he was probably about 4 or 5 before he did that. Just needs to keep his head down, not make any mistakes, and just bring it home.
So Leatherwood came out after running out of fuel, presumably. So technically, he can beat Olsen if Olsen doesn't come out. Where is Olsen? Olsen coming out of the pit right now. Where's Leatherwood? Leatherwood, I just cursed the man. He's in the sand pit playing. No, what happened? Okay, he's just yielding. I thought he ran out of fuel again. God.
Second time.
Oh, so yeah, he's...
And something
who's doing donuts in turn 1? Or the last turn?
Yeah, because
Lombardo.
Actually, Pellerin actually finished by passing
Lombardo.
Yeah, so something happened there.
Yeah, Lombardo was just off in the final turn.
Oh,
doing some
no.
Donuts.
Oh, no.
They're about 4 minutes early for those.
I couldn't capture the cause of that, but that was some good donuts, so I'll give him that.
He probably went off like all on his lonesome, and he knew he was going to get passed by Pellerin anyway, so he just started doing a few donuts.
No, I'm
impressive second recovery drive for Pellerin, who's up in 7th.
Wrong button, sorry.
Oh yeah, for sure. Considering he was like in the 20s pack, he lost a few positions from a mistake, and then he climbed all the way back up. Really good drive on his part.
Yeah, I think he climbed back up to
No,
like
Charlin, I cursed him! Replay that real quick. Chasing Santos, Charlin.
I mean, that looked really cool.
Yeah, but a lot of really big climbers and big winners today compared to quali. Baum and DC both up like 5 and 6 positions on their own. Abubo up 8 positions from his quali position, so good on him as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this may be our closest gap by him chasing Smith. Fighting for the podium spot, but yes, 2 more laps maybe by him to finish this.
Yeah, 2 laps to go get that 3-second delta.
Will be difficult if Ghislaine Smith didn't make a blunder.
Which he just did.
Oh, seriously? Oh my god! Did I?
That was the.
I need to
that was the
replay
most
that.
Curse. Wow, that
I
was an
replay that
incredible curse. Oh my
This
god.
is almost starting to get eerie every time
That was-
he mentions
Oh
someone's
my
name.
god.
That was genuinely the most outrageous curse I've ever seen.
Harville.
That- Don't do that.
I don't know
That
if I
is
can
the
curse him
code of
enough.
ethics.
The man is 46 seconds in front.
Oh, I mean, you don't know. I mean, we don't know the power of our voodoo. You say his name, his wheel might disconnect, and he'll run into a wall or something.
And you cursed Smith before I could even give the interesting stat that if the positions stayed as they were, Harville was going to tie Smith for the championship lead.
Oh
That is
my
no longer
God.
true.
So Harville's gonna get Smith after this, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
Well, plus Harville has that +1 for the fastest lap as well, end of pole.
Final lap, give it all you can.
So he would get 112 for this, or
Yes.
It's full of
So
points.
as it stands now, not only is Smith going to lose to Harville, Smith's going to lose out to May. In the previous position, Smith and Harville were going to be tied at 2:04, and I was going to say Smith should try going for that fastest lap. But now, Harville is going to have 2:04, May is going to have 200, and Smith is going to have 197.
So I just looked. Harville got purple. Kind of surprised, kind of not. Surprised is because it's pit kind of early. Not surprised because it's Harville. What is surprising is his purple is 23 flat. That is a full tenth faster than D5's purple.
Hey, I said I was going to
yeah.
say Smith should go for the fastest lap. I didn't say he was going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, a 23 flat is quite impressive this late in the race too. It hasn't been that long because his previous fastest lap was still pretty fast, but it wasn't a 23 flat. It was like 23 and a half, I think, earlier.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
On Corey Cold and chasing down Dick Zipperburn Sr. Oh, Senior.
Let's finish the race.
Okay,
Just
there we
lost
go. We
a
got-
spot right before the line.
And we do have Harville first confirmed.
That's
Oh, they
That's
banged?
a great win for Harville.
Senior and Colt came in contact, turn 10. Alright, let's
He's on my fantasy team, so I won't complain.
and then we have Neatly.
Ooh, Pizzuto goes off, giving Beckstead one more place before the finish line.
Oh, free
Halloran
spots.
hunting down Dan Meyer for this last lap, hoping
Yeah,
to make up
he's-
one more place.
Yeah, he's just a few tenths down of him. Definitely going to be a hot battle.
Oh, dive down the inside, 8-8. Got the
He's
outside of
desperate
8 beat.
for that
Oh my
place. That was
god.
a bold
Meyer was
move.
excellently defending his spot on the corkscrew. Very skilled.
Great defense from my former teammate, Dan Meyer.
Then yeah, and you can't blame Paolo trying. Come on. Man, gotta try trying
I don't know, I think
again.
it's a little desperate at
This is a little
stage of the
desperate. Yep,
race.
yep, it is.
Yeah, that one it's more of a mind game to see if it'll force Meyer to make any
Mystic,
mistake.
you are very right on that one. I have Carter
Well,
finishing the race.
That was an absolutely dominant win from Harville. Like, just just ridiculous, frankly.
He would have dominated D5.
Yep, no, he would have.
His fastest lap.
He would have been up there to 100%.
I took a look at our hot lap, our seasonal hot lap charts, and his fastest lap is mid D3.
Dang.
Oh yeah, no, 100% of 23 flat. I mean, when you consider that even the Division 1 drivers are doing on average, you know, low 22s stints, and he puts in one good 23 in D6 is just completely insane.
So we have in our final results, our podium was Harville, May, and Baum. Baham stealing that third place from Smith when Cube so cruelly cursed Smith took that position away from him.
That curse has 0 lag, like no ping at all.
No, like as you were saying it, I looked
we're
back at my
pronouncing the
screen and he
name,
was
exactly.
sideways.
A few of those instances, like as we're saying the name, they spin out or they crash or something.
But after Smith, we've got DC, Meyer, Pellerin, Lombardo, Abubo, and Warren in your top 10. Allen, Neely, Beckstead, Pizzuto, Mummery, Beverly Jr., Santos, Charland, Acombe, Colt, Zipperburn, Carter, Acosta, Muntean, Olsen, and Leatherwood. And then our DNFs are Moon and O'Daniel. And then poor Parkinson got disqualified.
Oh, from the headlight. Oh, that's brutal.
That is brutal. That's a lesson you learn once, though.
Yeah. Hopefully, just once. Or, you two want to conduct some interview? I got to be. Can you pull people into the channel? Do you guys have that privilege?
I don't have the authorization, sadly.
Connor, can you do that?
I do not have the
You do
ability.
not. Okay.
Either, I don't think.
I will look for.
I don't see our winner in there.
We can kidnap people.
Yeah, we can. I see Baham.
Oh, there's Harville. Harville's all the way down in 10th. In race chat 10.
I'm looking.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, he's like all on his lonesome in race chat 10.
Oh, race chat 10. I see it. Let's see if I can kidnap him.
Race chat 10. I remember this from last week. He hung out down there waiting for us, and we didn't see him in time.
All right. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Are you ready for D3? Or D4 at least?
Get ready to learn D3, buddy.
Yeah. The race went pretty well, I'd say. Honestly,
yeah, I would say.
Honestly, I knew I was the favorite to win. Just looking at the leaderboards throughout the week, I was putting up better stints than everybody, putting better hot laps than everybody. But I really didn't expect it to go this well. And especially qualifying. When I qualified, I set my personal best lap ever on this track.
By half a second.
Time to do that. And with Smith finishing in 4th instead of 3rd, that puts you in the D6 lead overall, not even just silver. You're in the D6 lead now.
Yep.
I don't think he's gonna have that lead. Not after next week also. Promotion's bound to happen.
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm ready for the challenge.
Yep.
That's the only way to improve.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Do you think this is one of your favorite track, or you think this is about your pace overall?
This is absolutely one of my favorite tracks ever. I've been a fan of Laguna Seca since the Forza Motorsport 2 days. It's where I did my first endurance race, so it's been one of my favorites. It's close to home. So I absolutely love this track.
What do you think about next week? Silverstone.
Silverstone's one of those tracks that I haven't ran on the post 2010 configuration a whole lot. So it is going to take some learning, but I did some test laps throughout the week and it feels pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be like Laguna Seca, probably more like Paul Ricard, which I'm still kind of happy with. But coming out of PR, my biggest miss was pit strategy. So I stayed out too long, lost too much time to Ghislaine. He caught up to me and blew by me coming out of the pits and just walked away with it. And I couldn't let that happen again this week. So I had a game plan.
It's definitely a learning curve to figure out how to draw up your own strategy while racing.
It is.
Because I do remember watching you last week and seeing your the pit window gap that you had built just slowly closing in, and the commentary booth all saying, "Please pit, you're gonna lose to Smith. Please go."
Yeah, I didn't. That's one thing I really didn't think about, was to watch the gap and judge it from there. And on track, it didn't feel like I was losing that much time, and I really didn't notice until I was in the pits and I saw him go by me and he was 7 seconds ahead of me on the way out. And I was like, oh, okay, I really messed up.
Well, you definitely did not have that problem this week.
So when did you pit last week? Because I wasn't here. Because I thought you pit fairly early this week.
No. Oh yeah, this week, yeah. I intentionally pit early this week because last week I stayed out. I want to say 35 minutes,
Okay, okay.
somewhere around there. So my goal was to get past halfway. So on the second half of the race, I'd have fresh tires. I could just go all out. But the fall off in the traffic just held me back too much.
Yeah, how much were you pushing at the beginning of the race? Because you built that gap up really fast.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not trying to like humble brag or anything. I really wasn't pushing that hard. There was a couple laps, like when I set I think it was a 23.0 for the purple. Like I pushed a little hard on that one in like the following lap. But honestly,
Yeah.
I was kind of just flowing.
Well, enjoy your promotion. Say goodbye to your D6
Thank you.
friends.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. And congratulations on the race win.
Thank you guys.
And
I'll
the
send you
championship
back to
lead.
the well, for this week and next week, because promotion. All right, congrats.
you guys.
I'll send you back to race chat.
Okay. Thank you.
Good race. All right, let's see who else do we have.
So we got
May is
Baham's
down there.
May's P2, yes.
yeah, we have May, we have everyone. We have
Sick.
we want to speak with Lombardo too, since he had a few scuffles, I think.
Yeah, let's get May. Hello, May. You're in the commentary booth.
You've
Hello.
been kidnapped.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on P2.
Yep, thank you very much.
How did the race went according to expectation?
It was alright, I guess. It was a little boring. There wasn't really anyone around me, so I was kind of by myself for most of the race.
When you were pitting, were you considering up front or mostly from behind?
Like were you even thinking of trying to
A catch
wow,
up?
I can't remember the word now, but
Challenge
Yeah,
Harville.
overcut Harville, or was he just so far ahead that you weren't
he
even
was
thinking
just-
of Harville?
I didn't think about it. I think he was just a little bit too fast for me. I didn't think I was going to catch him. Even in the first lap, he was like already a couple cars length away from me. So I was like,
Yeah, I think his his gap at the end of lap 1 was like 7 seconds.
yeah, he was
It
flying.
was ridiculous.
He was flying.
How
But-
was the fight with Ghislaine at the end?
He was a couple seconds behind. I did see him, and then something happened to him behind me. I don't know what happened. He might have been in a crash or something. And I saw that he was like 8 seconds back. So something happened right there near the end.
Cube
With
cursed
him.
him. That's what
I
happened.
cursed him.
Cube cursed him and
Yeah.
he spun out in the corkscrew.
Yeah, he was catching up. He was catching up, and then something happened. So I was like, then I decided just to kind of cruise near the end, I guess.
Yeah, that was a very quiet race for you. A very steady, consistent race.
Oh,
Yeah, I
since
guess
it was quiet, how did the blue flags perform for you tonight? Were they nice to you?
I try not to push it. I know that's, in D6 they have totally different braking, so I try to give them as much room as I can. So
It sounds like they didn't give you too much trouble, yeah?
just a little bit, but I didn't want to push. I didn't want to push them. I just if they gave me the way, then I'll go for it.
Yeah, sometimes when they're it is mostly when they're unsure that is the worst.
Yeah.
If they just straight up not giving you, it's very clear they are not giving to you. Then okay,
Yeah, some of them weren't giving it to me, so I just kind of stayed behind them, and if they let me go, then I'll go for it.
sounds like a peaceful night for you then.
Yeah.
What's your expectation for next week, Silverstone?
Silverstone, I don't know. Silverstone is not my favorite track, so I really have no idea.
Sounds like you don't
It's
have
a
much
very different
experience.
track from this one.
It is a lot more different.
Yeah, but we'll see.
All right. Well, congrats for your win for not win, but podium spot for Laguna Seca. You confident you can challenge the championship, or maybe you're looking for promotion?
If I get a promotion, that's fine by me. So whatever happens, what happens.
Sounds peaceful. All right. I'll take you back to the racetrack. Thank you for chatting with us, and congrats on the win.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
Second place.
Oh yeah, I can't speak.
Yeah, no, it's 2 times you tell me that's a win.
Yeah,
Like poor
just-
guy,
yep.
you're
No,
just turning the knife and
I'm just-
and the wound.
All right, who's next? Baham?
We can complete the podium, sure.
Let's do that. Hello, John. You're in the commentary booth.
Hey, how's it going?
How did your night go?
Not too bad. I mean, I got third, but don't feel like I deserve it.
Yeah,
Drama,
what was your
huh?
perspective on
Yes.
Smith's corkscrew mishap at the very end there?
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I mean, he had me outpaced. I think I was only gaining on him in section 2, so we had a good battle for a little bit, but then he started pulling me, honestly. So yeah, super unfortunate that he lost it in the corkscrew. So I feel kind of dirty right now, not gonna lie.
Cube's to blame, don't you worry. He commentator cursed him
the
like
caster curse,
crazy.
exactly.
You had a pretty good race though. I feel like we talked about you and showed your battles quite a bit.
Yeah.
So how do you feel the race went?
Pretty good. I mean, I was pretty happy with the performance. I feel like I put in consistent laps. I mean, I had another kerfuffle, if you will, with Mr. Anthony Lombardo.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Turn 5, yeah?
Looking through the replay there, and it was unfortunate. I mean, I feel bad for hitting him. I think I was on the faster line, and I just couldn't brake hard enough. But yeah, I was thinking he was going to go wide there, and I was going to be able to cut the inside with the faster line, and yeah, made contact. So we'll see. Might catch a penalty for that one.
Yeah,
I mean, he did use my car for a backboard on the first turn when he dove me, though. So we'll see if we might break even there with penalties from each other.
Sounds like there's quite some drama throughout tonight. Was it stressful?
I was white knuckled the whole time, sweating.
Yeah. There's
It was a fun race,
especially
though.
this track doesn't give you a lot of time to take a breather. The front straight is short and it's also not that straight. You can't even like take your hand off to wipe your sweat.
Yeah, I managed to get one drink in on one lap. I mean, you nailed it. There's no time. But it was
Attempting it on a lap is good.
Yeah, I was on like the second or third to last lap, where I had a little bit of room. I slowed down for the last lap. I was just trying to finish
careful.
at that point. Yeah. I didn't want to bend it on the corkscrew myself because my car was getting a little questionable there on the last 3 or 4 laps. The tires were definitely starting to go.
What was the thought behind your pit strat? I think you pit just before halfway. Is that right? Did I remember correctly?
Yeah, I think I was around 25 minutes
Yes.
into the race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wanted to pit a little bit earlier. I watched the D6 race last night and saw some people run the earlier pit strategies.
Oh,
I mean,
I see.
I didn't go as crazy as I forgot his name. The guy who took first.
Arville?
I think he pit in D3 last night.
Oh.
I want to say he pit at like the 25-minute mark. Or 20? No, sorry. It was like the 18-minute mark. So that was pretty wild.
Very early.
Yeah, so I wasn't that brave or confident in my driving skills either.
Sounds like it's quite fruitful. What's your thought on next week, Silverstone?
A lot of practice ahead of me. I was on there yesterday and put in maybe 4 or 5 laps. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do.
Do you have prior experience there?
No, well, yeah, daytime. I've never been on that track at night though, so
It's
definitely
ice
a
cold.
different experience. Oh yeah, I think it's 8 or 9 degrees.
8
Celsius.
degrees. Yep.
Yeah.
It's Celsius, yeah.
So just out there, driving around on ice blocks. It's not going to be a good time.
Yeah. Well, hope you have just as good of a luck and consistency next week. Do you have any last words to our viewer before I send you back to race chat?
No, I appreciate you pulling me in here. Good race to everybody tonight. Sorry, Mr. Smith. Still feel like this was your position, but better luck next week. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Congrats again.
All right, that should conclude our night. Pretty eventful mostly. We have some unexpected non-D6 performance here.
What was the final sausage kill count?
That is only 2. I was just about to mention. We only caught 2
from like lap 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only in the very beginning, and we haven't caught anyone eating any sausages. People went wide on exits and playing in the building their sand castles, but no one eating any sausage after like lap 2, 3. So
yeah, true. There was a lot of slides in the sand or in the corkscrew, but I didn't catch anything either, other than those first 2.
Yeah. So D6 actually pretty clean as last week. So
D6 confirmed non-sausage enjoyers.
Non-sausage enjoy that very much. So they have a good diet, good balanced diet. That's what they had. All right. If you guys don't have any last word, I'm conclude the stream for us.
Yeah, that was a good, clean race. D6 hopefully continues its streak of being the cleanest division.
All right, to our viewer, next week, same time, same date, will be Silverstone at night. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow our channel on YouTube, and we have Twitch too. Like our streams. Get the engagement number up. Get your family, get your mom, your aunt, your uncle to watch. Get your dog an account and watch. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.